Hello, welcome to Razmafzar TV. This is Hayden Lewis, Razmafzar USA. Today I want to talk about a point in fighting. And when I mean fighting, I don't mean as a sport, I mean the reality of fighting. So the topic I want to touch up on is kicking. So you can kick very well when you're unencumbered. What do you mean by unencumbered? I mean when you don't have a lot of things on you. So if I'm just wearing shorts and t-shirt or just shorts, I can kick all day long. Kick high and kick low. So your equipment will dictate what you can do at all times. Whether you're speaking of ancient times or modern times. So today I'm wearing my thick kaftan, which is a padded armor like a gambeson, and my bazuband, and my squire here who's cleaning me. Now I want to talk about kicking. So why not talk about punching? So I'm wearing a gambeson. I'm actually a little bit restricted in my movement with my punches. It doesn't look like it, but I'm ever so slightly restricted in my armpit area. And you'll notice when you look at, in particular, Chinese martial arts, I'll use that as an example, more northern styles, because they're wearing thick jackets similar to this, they're more prone to kicking. And more southern styles that have less clothing on have a lot more punching involved in palms and slaps and whatnot. And I would stand to bet that looking at other people around the world with their martial arts, it'd probably be similar if they have a similar climate or temperature. So another thing I want to bring up with kicking when it comes to military is a lot of times our hands are preoccupied. So oftentimes you'll see they'll have a shield and a blade, right? So I can't always punch. I can punch with the shield, but a lot of times our hands are preoccupied. So that lends well to kicking, besides my heavy jacket. And the main thing is my legs are more mobile, especially now because I don't have armor on them. So I can get away with kicking a lot better. So another thing and final point I want to get at is when it comes to kicking in military practices is boots. So when you have a thick boot, it's going to do more damage than if you're barefoot. Especially some war boots have spikes on them if they're in a mountainous area. So imagine getting kicked with a football cleat or a hiking cleat and you have those spikes getting kicked into you. And some of them were purposely made for kicking that way. So that's just an explanation why I want to bring up why kicking is more prevalent historically in military usage. And of course they weren't doing 360 back spin kicks, but they were doing simple ones. Just body, knee, things like that. Maybe sometimes to the head, but real simple kicking. Maybe sometimes a little roundhouse if you have a sock bond on, which is the leg shin armor. So you'll notice historically as you do more research, and this is pretty much across the board, you'll notice that there's more kicks than punches. Also, our hands are fragile. So imagine trying to punch someone on their hard skull, or if they have a helmet, you're gonna injure your hand, which is why there's a lot of open palm techniques, grabbing, focus on wrestling, kicking out. So I hope you learned something from this. If you have anything to add, please comment below. And you all have a very good night, and thank you very much for watching. Thank you.